lot out there. A lot of, well, fiction. But she couldn't provide any proof. Can't imagine why. So instead, because she made this claim of thousands, then hundreds of death threats, and there was nothing to prove it had or hadn't happened, that event coordinator had to do the thing that, nobody wants to do, but you have to. They had to consider the safety of everybody involved and then determine that Kay Rose, as well as if any of the 3 people that she claimed she had TPOs against were slotted to be there, that they would all be asked to not come, okay? Now, the event coordinator also went above and beyond and offered Kay Rose, hey, I will refund this, I will do this, I will do that, all these things. Are any of those in Kay Rose's comments that she puts? No, can't do that because that would go against what she was about to do next, which was try to then steamroll another person's career, personality, life. God, Kay Rose, what is wrong with you? Seriously. So, let's get into March 15th of this year. Statements that Kay Rose made. I have been removed from attending Sassy in St. Louis by the event organizer, Amy Marie. I had 3 people that were recently granted TPOs, parentheses, restraining orders. She asked if they had been served yet. 1 was a volunteer. They had not been served yet because they live in a different state. Then she stated, none of the 3 were good people. She was not in agreement with being removed from Sassy. She states she was a sponsor and in an anthology. She also stated the event is for readers to meet authors, not a volunteer that has a TPO against them. Enough that a judge granted that. You sure you want to stick with that story? Sure. I'm thinking I got different receipts. She said, I am the reason the event would be unsafe. I was asked to pull authors. If you had a restraining order, would you tell an organizer or would you expect to be kicked out? Then later in March on the Threads app, she's posting, I just came back to collect more proof of harassing me because she went down the funnel of one of the people she was claiming. Can't talk shit. I went down her own funnel to get the receipts of her own words. So she also said, thanks for proving that I, in fact, was not lying. Do you have a different definition of lying? Is this like uno reverso when you do the opposite of the definition? I'm just curious. I've never been able to understand how you can say thank you for proving I in fact didn't lie when it appears that every word that falls out of your mouth is nothing but one. So, the recent update for the post-police report exposure was, of course, there is no TPO. She claimed that there are actually 3 orders issued, but that they aren't public yet because they haven't been served. So, let's do a side-by-side contradiction of Kay Rose / Katrina Peterman. The claim on 218, she claimed publicly bodily harm, death threats, and horrendous behavior are all being investigated by the sheriffs for hate crimes. Police report 218. Complaint described negative reviews, name-calling, and fear of a boycott of her books. Officer determination, not criminal, civil matter, no investigation, nothing to follow. Next claim, the law enforcement involvement. Kay Rose claim on 218, they're being investigated by the sheriffs for hate crimes. You see that title that she tried to put on somebody? For hate crimes. And claimed that an attorney had been retained. Police report, no criminal case open, no investigation initiated, no follow-up required, and only guidance given. Now, the topic of the restraining orders. Her claim on February 18th, restraining orders are filed at the county sheriff's office. Her claim on 315, I had 3 people that were recently granted TPOs. A secondary claim on 315, they just hadn't been served yet. And then the latest, there's no TPO. There actually 3 orders issued. They aren't public until served. Now, what does the record show? No TPO documented in police report. No mention of existing or granted orders. Only inquiry from K. Rose on how to obtain one. Now let's look at the topic of the event removal. Her claim on 315. And this is where she tried to say, delete. I was forcibly removed. I had 3 people with TPOs. Volunteer had a TPO against them. The contradiction. Her earlier claims that the TPOs had already been granted. Then later in her claims, of course, the TPOs aren't public. They're not served yet. FYI, no documented proof of any TPOs that has been verified through the Wisconsin courts, the county clerk's office of the courts, and the sheriff's department. Okay, so let's talk about the safety danger issue. Her claim, I was the reason the event would be unsafe. Yet she framed it as others were being dangerous due to the TPOs. The contradiction of the police report. No confirmed threats in police report. No criminal activity documented. No protected orders confirmed. So, we've got the claim versus the official record. And she claims harassment, the ongoing harassment, threats, and targeting in public. But then the official record shows negative online comments and reviews. No criminal threshold met. For the death threats, bodily harm claim. Publicly, K. Rose states, death threats, bodily harm threats, hate crimes being investigated. Official record. No threats documented. No criminal investigation open. No charges or escalation. She also claimed publicly the attorney retained, the civil lawsuit, multiple persons involved. The official record, no documentation of legal action in report, and no escalation beyond advisory. The restraining orders. Then she's got the restraining orders filed, 3 TPOs granted, not served yet, not public. There is no TPO. Actually, 3 exist. She's all over the place, people. Official record? Obtaining a restraining order. She did ask the police how to get one, which you guys will be able to see when you see the police report, because you can pause the video to see it all. There was no evidence of filing, no evidence of approval, no active orders documented. Then she claimed all these different law enforcement agencies. She had the active investigation with a sheriff, with a detective, with the investigators. You got the judge, you've got this. One officer, I'm going to go with Officer T, not trying to throw him out there, that provided guidance only. He determined the issue is civil, not criminal, and the case was closed immediately. There was nothing to follow. But then you have the escalation pattern, right? So what does K. Rose do? Publicly, she claims bullying, threats, investigation, legal action, granted orders. Official record. Complaint, review of situation, determined non-criminal, best part, closed. This is what I'd like to know, because I'm not even the person, and I've even got the letter of one of the people she attacked, and this is her final words on this situation.